we are changing radicals into fraction exponents. That's what we want. So here we go. Let's say we have, let's start off with the cube root of 125 squared. The cube root of 125 squared. To make that into a fraction exponent, we have to remember that the cube root is the same thing as the 1/3 power, right? The index, the number that's outside, this number right here, is always the denominator. The index is the denominator. And so if 3 is the denominator of my fraction, 3 is the denominator, then 2 has to be the numerator. Ta-da! I did it. So if they want you to change from radicals into fraction exponents, that's easy, right? Don't be afraid. Now, if you can simplify, go ahead and simplify. If it comes out to be a decimal, then we do not want it. No decimal answers allowed. But if you can simplify, raise it to the 2 divided by 3 power, well, that turns out to be a whole number, so we are okay. So if they give you fractions, they want you to make it into radical, if they give you radicals, they want you to make it into fraction exponents. And then if you can solve it, go ahead and solve it. That's the ticket. Let's do another one. What if I gave you square root of 16 to the 3rd power? So what's the index? Remember, if there's nothing written, nothing there, if it's a 4 or a 3 or a 5 or whatever, it's going to be there. But if there's nothing there, it's a 2. So the denominator of my fraction is 2. What's the numerator is what's inside, so that's 3/2. Ta-da! Now, if I can get a number out of that, we want a number out of that. So if we can reduce it, we'd reduce it. So this is 3 divided by 2. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Hey, that's 64. But remember, what you're doing is you're changing the radical into the fraction exponent. We need to see this on the way to this, right? If you can get here, that's great. Let's do one where you can't get there. Let's do one like the square root of 48 to the 3rd power, right? That would just be 48, 3 over 2, right? But whenever you do that, you get a nasty decimal. We don't want that. No way, Jose. Let's do 3 divided by 2, kaboom, kaboom. Yeah, it's a decimal. So we stop right here. If you can simplify it, go all the way to a number, right? But if you get a decimal answer, I do not want a decimal answer. So you just leave it like that. Right? Very, very, very important. No decimals allowed. None. None whatsoever. Let's try one more just like that. Let's do the 4th root of 8 cubed. Right? What would the fraction be? You know that the index is the denominator. The index. Ta-da! Denominator. So that would be the fraction exponent, right? That's the answer that we want. See, like those would be the answers, because you can go to the exponent and then you can make it small without an exponent. Here, when you go to the exponent, that's all you can do, because you do not want a decimal answer. Let's do this one. Let's do 8 raised to the parentheses 3 divided by 4 power. Remember, always put parentheses. Another nasty little decimal. We do not want decimals. So we're going to say that right there. I don't want it. No sirree, Bob. So this is the answer. Right? I changed a radical into a fraction exponent. Ta-da! Let's do it the other way. And that's what today's homework is about. So let's see if we can go backwards. So now the arrow is going to point the other way. What if I give you a fraction exponent and I want you to write a radical? No way. I know you said that. You said, no way, I can do that. All right. Prove it. Here's my fraction exponent. Let's put it over here. So here is my fraction exponent. Can you make it into a radical? Well, heck yeah, because I know the index is the denominator. So whatever's on the bottom of the fraction, that's the little number that goes outside this radical, right? And then 8 to the 5th goes inside. Shaboo! That's it. That's it. Really? That's all? Yeah. What if I gave you a negative number? Would that make you sad? I don't think so. Shouldn't make you sad. Remember, you can't take square roots of negative numbers, but hey, cube roots are A-okay. So I can make a cube root. My goodness, yes. Oh, look, I did the cube root. I should have done a different one. Oh, well. So negative 27 goes inside here, 4 goes outside there, boom. All I'm doing is changing from changing from fraction exponents into radicals. That's all I want. You know, this is my answer. When I'm done, whatever the denominator is the bottom, is the radical, is the index of the radical. The denominator is the index. The numerator goes inside, just like that. Yeah, everybody can do that. See you tomorrow. Right?